Have you ever wondered if you could just walk into any park and start metal detecting? In this video, I'm going to talk about where you can legally metal detect, where you absolutely shouldn't metal detect, and those tricky gray areas that might get you side-eyed glances or worse. If you're new to metal detecting or you're just looking to stay out of trouble, this video is for you.
Metal detecting tutorials, technology, and treasure.
Hey everybody, my name is Russ and I've been detecting for 3 decades. In those 3 decades, I've had my share of great finds and even some awkward run-ins. So in this video, I'm going to share this information with you so you can avoid the messy side of this hobby. So why does this matter? Well, firstly, there's some legal implications we need to understand. Simply using a metal detector in a restricted area could lead to fines, gear confiscation, trespassing, and even worse. One bad run-in can ruin the hobby forever. What I mean by that is, if you do something wrong, you can affect other people's rights to metal detect because the county, the city, or the state may tighten those laws down. So this affects the hobby greatly. So let's talk about some public lands. These are city parks, county parks, green spaces, things like that. Now you'll run into varying levels of restriction. Some areas have no restriction. You can just go metal detect wherever you want. Some areas may require you to get a permit. And then some areas may ban digging entirely. It's up to you to find out what your local laws and regulations are. I suggest checking your city or county websites, going to the parks department, looking at their website, calling, talking to people, and really understanding what your responsibility is, because really it comes down to you. Let's talk about beaches. Generally, beaches are more open to metal detecting. But there are certain beaches, especially beaches that are on state parks, that get a little bit more finicky. So again, you need to reach out to the state park and see if you're allowed to metal detect on the beach, or you need to reach out to your parks department and see if metal detecting is allowed on the beach. When it comes to private property, you must get permission. A verbal okay and a handshake are nice, but do yourself a favor, try to get a text message or even an email expressing your right, your permission to metal detect on the property. It just saves you a lot of hassle in the long run. Historical sites. These can be big red flags. Use extra care and caution. Typically, any site registered a historical site is off limits, period. Now, there are other federal laws that come into play here too, like the ARPA Act. For example, Bureau of Land Management lands out west. You're allowed to metal detect for minerals, and you're allowed to metal detect and recover relics as long as those relics are not 100 years old or older. If it's 100 years old, and it is man-made, it is protected on Bureau of Land Management lands, and you're not allowed to take it. I mean, I'm talking about a tin can that was made in 1923. That's over 100 years old now. That's protected. A 1924 penny, wheat penny, that's protected. So make sure when you're on BLM land and any other land, really, that you understand the laws and regulations pertaining to that land. Let's talk about some gray areas. And the first one would be cemeteries. Even if it's not illegal to metal detect the cemetery, it's seen as being super disrespectful. Don't do it. I won't even metal detect outside of the cemetery on that grassy area that's outside the fence line. It's just taboo. I would stay away from it. Athletic fields. Athletic fields are gray areas because even if you dig a perfect plug and you patch it up, put it away perfectly, there is a chance that loose ground could cause injury to an athlete. We don't want to do that. So if you are digging at a athletic field, I would do the sidelines. I mean, that's going to be the most productive anyways, because it's where mom and dad are sitting. They're pulling out change to give to their kids so they can go get snacks, that sort of thing. So stay off the fields. Watch where everybody sets up their chairs, and that's where you should metal detect. To school grounds, imagine this. You're a parent. You see a guy out there with a digging knife, a metal detector, walking around your children. You don't know who that guy is. Yeah, it's not a good look. So if you are metal detecting school grounds, or you want to, do it on the weekends or after school hours, or even during the summer season. But pay attention, because even during summer, there's summer school. So make sure you know when the kids are there, and when they're there, you don't do it. I'll give you a little tip if you live in a small town like I do. I emailed the chief of police and asked him if I was allowed to metal detect the parks in the town. He got back to me and he said, yes, of course. Metal detecting in any of our parks is open. Feel free. So I took that email, I saved it on my phone, and now I have it ready for me in case any law enforcement contacts me while I'm out in the field. I can just show them that email. Now be careful here, because even if you're legally allowed to metal detect in that park, it will do you no good if you argue with the law enforcement officer on scene. You will lose. It will go poorly for you. So show them that email. If they still say no, you can't, say, all right, officer, I appreciate it. Be polite, pack up, leave the park, maybe go down to the police department directly, speak to the chief of police, or email the chief of police. As long as you're being polite and you obey the police officer, when you take it higher, there's nothing negative that can be said against you, which will make it much easier for you to get out and metal detect. Use your judgment, be respectful, and always leave the area better than when you first got there. Hey, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It's the best way that you can support this channel. If you have any crazy stories or tips on getting permission or where to metal detect, put those down below too, because we can all learn from it, including myself. And if you plan on watching more of my content, I'd invite you to subscribe to the channel. Until next time, we will see you later. Good luck out there and have fun.